Kahalayim Layahu Bashim Yaoshai Baharakakadash. I'm going to talk about idol worship and false gods. I'm gonna keep it short, but it's very simple to understand. If you have an image of something and you're worshiping it, like you have a cross. If you have a cross in your home and you revere it, you are guilty of idolatry. If you have a jewelry and you have that cross, and it's even worse if you have that image of Caesar on it. It's supposed to be the Lord, but this is Ezekiel 8:12. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? And that's talking about all you tribes, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, worshiping the cross. You guys got a Christmas tree in your house around this time. And worst of all, you don't even know who you are. You're worshiping things that it's going to get you killed. Every man in the chambers of his imagery, for they say, the Lord seeth us not, the Lord hath forsaken the earth. And I said the Lord because that's as far as you think. Because if you know somebody, you know them by name. Or if you're trying to get to know them, if you show them respect, if you call them by name. I'm sure there's times at work where you mess around and you give somebody a nickname. If somebody's overweight and they're on the scaffolding and you're trying to move it, and you say, can you move it or move a little bit, Precious? Precious being the joke, But in order for you to leave the imagery, you have to learn these names. Verse 13, he said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see a greater abominations that they do. You can just name it, and Israel does it. Lesbianism, homosexuality, phallic worship. If you got that Christmas tree in your house, you're worshiping a fucking dick. Just thought you should know. I mean, it's pretty hard to make a change, but if you get this, then you have to, because you'll be compelled to do such a thing. Then he brought me into the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. And that's let's look that word up. It's a sprout of life, a Sumerian deity of food or vegetation. Basically, it's a false idol. It's the name of a false idol of the god of vegetation. But there's only one power of everything, and his name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. And you got to go through Yahweh Shai to get to Yahweh. Alright. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see a greater abominations than these. And every false god is they're trying to, especially the Catholic Church, and the Catholic Church probably, you know, what's it called? Culpable. How do you say? Guilty. Yeah, guilty of this, because they go and they take the gods that were there, and then they give them a spot in their little pulpit, so that everybody has, and that's why they're called universal. Everybody has something to worship, in case they don't, because they don't like this truth. All right, they can't stop worshiping idols. You guys can't stop worshiping idols. Now you can have paintings and stuff, but the cross and the Christmas tree and all those are idols, because it changes the way you are and the way you think while those items are around you. All right. There's a bunch of Mexicans driving around with the fucking Santo Niño de Atoche on their fucking in their car, just hanging out in the front, and the Virgin Mary, which is, you know, Tammuz's mom. That's bullshit. You're supposed to be worshiping the Heavenly Father and His Son. And He brought me into the inner court of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord and their faces toward the east, and they worshipped the sun toward the east. Sun worship. Man, because if you put it all together, they're trying to say that the Lord is the actual sun, and the rays of the sun got this woman pregnant, and then that's how Tammuz was born, immaculate conception. And then they try to get that and say that Mary had immaculate conception, which Mary was getting popped by Joseph, which was Yahweh Shai's dad. So he came through men, through the line of men, not through the imaginations of men. So stop being a fucking child. Get those fucking crosses off your goddamn walls. Get those trees and burn them. If you have pine trees in your yard, cut them down. You gotta start somewhere. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. It's 1 Corinthians 10 and 14. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, it's just Israelites. And those Gentiles that are brought in are Israelites that didn't know they were Israelites. That weren't accustomed to their customs. Like if you have a Mexican, we call them pochos. They don't speak Spanish, and their name is Rodolfo, but they always say, "Hey, I'm Rudy," and they fuck up their last name, and you know they can't say it phonetically. That's what it is. That's just what it is. And then they learn how to be, and then they pick it up or not. But that's what you got to do right now. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry, and that idolatry is the tree, the cross, Tammuz cross, all those Virgin Mary statues, so many fucking statues of that bitch, all these other gods. Man, but this is Jeremiah 10 and 8. But they are altogether brutish and foolish. Let's look up that word brutish. Oh shit. Baira. I got that Spanish accent. To burn, consume, kindle, be kindled. And that's all you guys are. It's just fucking something to be kindled. They're using the name Jehovah's, but the letter J is like fucking the youngest letter in the fucking alphabet. brutish. So they're kindled and foolish. Kasala. Kasala. Or they say kasal there. To be foolish or stupid. That's what you guys are. Worshipping that Caesar image. Calling him Jesus. You know. That they are altogether brutish and foolish. The stock is a doctrine, is the doctrine of vanities. Habala, habala, vapor, breath, vanity, figuratively nothing, just basically nothing. To act emptily, become vain or vain. So what's the message? Get rid of those T crosses. Those trees. His birthday, well, he was born on Tammuz's birthday. And that's what you're really celebrating. 1 Corinthians 10 and 14, and I'm going to close it with this. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. Especially if you're an Israelite. If you're a Negro, Latino, Native American, or descendant of an Israelite, some of you might be Sephardic. You know, there's history on that. And of course, we were spread out all over the world, so you could be in any country, in any part of the world, and look like any other nation and be an Israelite. So I'm not just, I'm not excluding you. If you're an Israelite, I'm including you. If you're not, fuck you. Time's almost up. Shalom.